I didn't trust no one, like no one.
What happened that helped you like cross that barrier?
Because I noticed that I was safe. It eventually dawned on me that I was safe. It took me a while because with dealing with PTSD, like I overcame, like I would just start breaking down crying just out of nowhere. But it was just from everything that I had been through, like it was bad for me, you know what I mean? And for
And
me to
when you say safe, like what do you mean? Like safe, like physically, emotionally,
everything.
spiritually, all of that.
And I thank God, like every morning, you know, like I'm where I'm at today. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm way, way further than where I used to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tune in. The Black Hair Party presents the Real Talk Show. We talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Friendship has everything to do with aura, love is more, and purpose is about saving time. I am JRX36, and this is an All Ages Alliance production. We hopping straight back up in the box and going straight back in time. We are at November 6th, day two, Youth Built Alumni United. This is like our third episode on this same day. It's taking a little bit long because I'm only going about half hour or so at a time. Today will be a short one. We'll be back and we talking about trust. Who do you trust? Do you trust anybody? Should we trust anybody? You let me know. You let me know. You let me know. Let it play.
Definitely. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, so we have the story of self. That's where, you write your book. And then now you have your book in your hands, and you're sharing your story. More people are listening to it, and you're having a positive impact. You start attracting people that want to follow you, people that want to learn more from you. Well, how do you want to guide the people at that point? Like, how do you want to be of service? Because you have lots of skills. You're a writer, you're an interviewer. It sounds like you probably like a storyteller. Like, so you have all these gifts, and now you have the attention of this group. And then this is where I come and play. Like, how do we work together? Like, what's the story of us? We start this from the ground up. Like, how do you like to move?
How do you go from being an individual to be part of a team? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about how you want to move, how you like to move, how you like to be in partnership, how you like to cooperate, collaborate.
From this place, and now you got your book. Everything, all your dreams are coming true. Like, what do you want to solve first, or what do you want to like focus on?
Like, do maybe like host different. We could possibly come together, host events.
I'm down
And
with that.
maybe like like sell books at the events, but host events where we go into more detail. Like, I'm not just coming there for sell a book and get my book signed and take photos. Like, we go there and we go to these different places, whether they're colleges, youth build locations, different educational where we can meet these different teenagers and different things like that. I'm even open into going to like jail facilities, prison facilities, like different places where I know that we are going to have an impact when we walk out of that room. That would be my main thing. I want to go and have an impact on someone. If I go there and they don't get nothing, like if I go to a room full of women who's been abused all their life, if I walk out of that room and they don't get nothing else from me but to know that they're beautiful and to leave all that lifestyle alone, I'll be happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm very interested in those same things. It seems like we care about the same kind of people. We want to be able to have an impact on the same kind of people.
And I don't have any like limits. Of course, I'm a student as well too. So, working around, and I know that you homeschool your children. So we will have to work around each other's schedules and different things like that. And I personally think with me, you, and my mentor, Mr. Kavan, I think with us, three, like far as like navigating and traveling and like being a part of these different places and stuff, I think amongst us three, we can have, like be in charge of different things. You know what I'm saying? And then we have also our teammates who are part of our Youth Build Alumni, when we all start meeting more and talking and kind of discussing on which part each one of us play and stuff, it'll add more value into what we have. You know what I mean? Like,
You already see the vision. You see it. You see it, Alex. You see it.
So what I could say is that the team that we got is pretty strong.
I believe so too.
You know, we've done workshops across the country. Like we've done this before. Now we were doing a lot of it through Youth Build USA, like with
Mhm.
their help. But we were the ones actually doing the work. So we have experience doing it. And I
Mhm.
think that now, like without having to talk with, let's say with Youth Build, like if we make it happen ourselves, then you know we have a lot of flexibility on what we can do.
Mhm.
And you know everyone kind of like has their strength. Like
Shout out to YB. You know, I appreciate all the opportunities it exposed me to and my peers. You know what I mean? Like all the training that we got and just like the fact that they let us do it. You know, we did it. We were able to do workshops across the country that were run by graduates, by alumni. Shout out to Kep because Kep got it going.
so, for instance, Annette, when she worked at Youth Build USA,
Mhm.
she was part of a
Shout
team. It
out.
was Annette and Alicia, and they were like the behind the scenes, you know, like from Youth Build USA in terms of scheduling all the logistics, making sure
Double
the
A.
meetings were happening.
Double
Like they
A.
were like the glue of the team, so to speak. And then we, you know, and then we as a young people would serve the council and we'd work together to make these events happen. Um, but either way, the idea had been evolving for some time, and another time we'll talk more about like kind of like the history of what the NAC and the Alumni Council was with Youth Build, because I think
Mhm.
that's
The NAC is the National Alumni Council, Youth Build's National Alumni Council, which is an alumni body that is no longer organized at the moment. It was dissolved. The NAC is the National Alumni Council, the peer elected group that's advocacy and policy recommendations to Youth Build USA.
kind of important so that you can see the history. But the point is that we can work together to build some sort of like consulting agency within what we're doing, where we can provide those services to other alumni and just young people in general. You know, and like so for me, like the main areas that interest me is like health, you know, like relationships, you know, access to like resources to money, and then like people's like brand, their storyline, their reputation. You know, like these are all things that I think that people that have suffered some traumatic experience, you know, can benefit from getting experiences. And you know,
Mhm.
and if people like us get organized, then we can provide those services.
People like us, people that would identify as leaders, people that want to serve others, people that want to influence others in a positive direction, want to have a positive impact. People like us.
You know,
Of
from a
course.
genuine place, and then have an impact. So yeah, with everything you're saying, you know, we can. I think that these Zooms are like live experiences. Um, you know, right now it's me and you, but me and you could have gone live on another platform. You know,
Mhm.
like so there's platforms out there where we can already be having an impact. You know, I'm not in a rush per se, but I
Mhm.
think that we're ready now. You know, I think me and you can go live on another platform on the Zoom or whatever with an
Okay.
audience and have conversations that can be a positive impact. You know, and then basically all we're doing is practicing. You know,
Okay.
and then when if we make a mistake, like I said earlier, we apologize and we keep it moving forward. There's nothing to hold us back from doing our best. You know, so like with these meetings, we can look at these as practice. Um, I think that you focusing on your book is going to be a great starting point because you're an expert at your own life. You know, you can't like who knows more about you than you. You know, and then that book could be a great tool for you to be able to work with people. So for
Mhm.
instance, like you know, you were talking about how this weekend you were going to like outline your book, right? So like, what's an example of one of the chapters in your book?
My first chapter, I am just gonna kind of do like an introduction of the different individuals. I'm gonna first introduce myself, and then once I introduce myself, I'm gonna give a little bit, just a little background knowledge of me. Not too much because I don't want to give too much of myself away just in the beginning. Then I'm gonna kind of ease off of like, my support system. Don't want to give too much information off about them because each individual that play a part in my life, I am going to do a chapter itself just with that.
Okay.
That's my main focus and me aligning my chapters. And then how I'm going to end my book is how I feel will be beneficial with how I play a part with coming in contact with you, the Youth Build alumni, and how we're starting to build these platforms and kind of ended off there, kind of ended off, like I still have my future, and this is still going to be continued.
Okay. And then I think if I were to speak for the group, it's almost like then you can pick up the story of the group from there. Like so then now the story of us begins. Um,
Yep.
and I want you to feel free to write that story as well. And you don't have to ask no one for permission because you
Oh,
have
I
your own
don't.
perspective. No, you have your own perspective. And I think that one of the things that I think is important when we bring people together is to not give people limitations.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be your best when you're free to make decisions about what you want to do. And I
Freedom.
think that as we build this next thing, I think it's important to have someone document it,
That's,
even just for historical purposes. Because let's
that's
say that, I feel confident that we can do something amazing. I've
Mhm.
already been visualizing ways of doing this kind of work. And I think that the right people can do amazing things. So if we track it, then we can have an example of how someone else can do it in another city,
Mhm.
or in another place at another time. So yeah, so feel free to take that pen and keep writing, because then ultimately it's about impact. And I think that the narrative that we tell, the story that we're telling, is what is going to attract the people that we're going to be helping. And I like to say that I want to be able to tell the best story ever told.
I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. I want to be part of some story that is told 1,000 years from now. Why not? I want to have an impact on people that aren't born yet. Don't you? I want to contribute to making the world a better place. Don't you?
Mhm.
Like, right, like, why not?
Why
Let's try
not?
to solve the world's problems, so to speak. Let's put our best foot forward. And all we can do is do our best. And if there's nothing to limit us, then we can just chase that dream, with all our
Mhm.
might. So
Chase that dream with all our mind and might.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm excited about it. I think that'll be good. And then like you writing your book is going to definitely motivate and inspire others to write their book. You know, we can continue doing sessions like this where we record it and we
Mhm.
brainstorm. I'm super flexible. I want to be supportive to you in this process, because
Mhm.
ultimately you could be like an example. Like we could start trying with you, and you get your book up and going, and all of us, and we're doing these lives. We start hosting them. We invite more people, and
And I think that'll be getting us out there too, because it may be students out there who will love to join us, who have these different type of goals, but they just need that extra push. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah,
Like when the first time we
That extra push or that motivation, that inspiration from someone that looks like them, talks like them, or been or came from where they came from. That right there gets people
had our
going.
meet last time, it was like I got this extra push from you all. You know what I mean? When you spoke what you had to say, when Eli was talking about the plug, when Annette had brought into what she had to say, and all of you all, Evelyn, when everyone just started speaking on all of their behalves, I'm like, okay, I got to start this weekend. I got to start somewhere.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, my mentor, he went to talk to an English teacher in the adult education department, which I gave her a call. Her name is Julie McAfoos, and she's like, I'm like, I want to write a book. Like she helps me with my writing before, and I'm like, where do I start? Like, and then when I start saying exactly what I wanted to write about, she like, well, those can be your chapters. I'm like, bam. This weekend, I'm just gonna focus on labeling my chapters.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just like that, you start building, and keep notes of the whole process, because then the next person behind you can kind of follow that process too.
Or in other words, then you can create a course on teaching others on how to do it the way you did it, especially if they're a fan. And then that's another stream of income. And after you got your book, now you got a course, and then you do workshops and conferences around the country, or webinars or virtual Zooms online. And then now you're out there, now you're having that impact that you want to have. So, but it's about doing it. You got to get up and do it every day. Every day, you got to be resilient. There's going to be resistance, and you got to keep on going. You got to build that momentum so you can overcome all challenges. That's what this is about. That's the game. That's the game of life, gamify life.
Because some people are going to be like, okay, well, I'm ready to write my book. Alexandra, how did you write your book? And you'd be like, well, this is how I wrote it. So it works out. It works out. That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited because, it's not hard, and to have an impact, all we have to do is be open to sharing, and it takes one person at a time. So I'm not concerned about like numbers or anything like that, because ultimately getting people comfortable to share their stories and then learning from it, just the way that you read all the books that you like to read, like we can leave books behind for our people to read. Like we learn about Harriet Tubman and other Black leaders and people from the world, where we can be those leaders, now for future generations to read about us.
That's right.
And I think it starts like this, one conversation at a time, you know, a group of people coming together, starting an organization where we care about us and we, you know, we're just trying to do people first, you know, and I think
First,
we can't go wrong. At best, it might take us some time, but it could also happen in an instant, you know,
instant.
and we have a starting point. Like look, today's, we can call day 2, and, you know, we got this interview in. You're going to be putting work towards getting that book done. That's going to get done. Like listening to you talk got me excited because I felt like, you know how Spider-Man is, like they call him Peter Parker? He's like a reporter, right? You know, so it's like he reports on himself, you know, like in a newspaper, whatever. So it's like we're all like superheroes coming together, and you're like a reporter, you know, and then hopefully you can kind of own that. And there may be other reporters that are coming, you know, that are on their way, but everybody has their skills. So, and if you like that reporter role, well, you know, you could document this journey from a reporter's perspective. So, and then if you got your book already done, it'll be like a breeze, you know.
Most definitely. And I think we will, by putting us on different platforms, we will be able to catch the attention of many different people.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game, is where the attention at and who got it. Whoever got the attention makes the rules. You know, so who has the attention? Now we want to get attention, but what do we want to do that? What do we want to do with that attention? We're gonna use it to build, we're gonna use it to destroy, we're gonna do it just to chill. Like, what are we gonna do with this attention? We trying to change the world for the positive by changing ourselves, by documenting our stories, just our personal stories, our collective stories, and then the actions that we want to do, that we want to accomplish, those things that we want to get done in the world.
All over.
I have a vision where I turn it into a game. I call it like Platform Crusaders. Like a group of us, and then like it's almost like a gang of us go to Facebook, and then like we go live and we run the numbers up, and then we just go hop on Instagram and like be able to kind of like move together from platform to platform, gathering people, and then being able to get their attention on whatever it is that we're trying to move them on.
But you got to have some weight. That means you got to have some followers, some subscribers that are connected enough to you where they could follow instructions. They could be like, all right, you could be like, all right, so in 2 minutes, I'm about to go to Instagram. And then you got this big group of people that go to Instagram. Okay, in 5 minutes, we're about to go to YouTube. And then all these people go to YouTube. That's when you can see how much weight you're carrying, when you can give an instruction and people listen. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want to be able to capture attention and take a person from A to B.
And then you'll have some individuals who will see us, hear us, and then think to themselves, like, how can I be some type of service to them? Like,
That's right.
There's individuals that are out there that are looking.
All we got to do is do the work, and it just takes practice and consistency. You know, one day, that's why I thought that going live every day was important. Because, you know, like if you start doing like once a week and then you can miss, it's easy to like miss, and then 2 weeks go by and then you lose momentum. Now, it's not important for everyone to show up every day, you know, but at least for me, I'm committing to try to show up just to get the ball rolling.
Right. It may not be at the same time every day, but just every day. Or if we miss one day, but you know what I mean? We come back that next day, but majority of the time we're there every day. I think that would be something really good.
Yeah, and then I do know that others are busy. Like some people, like they, you know, we're busy as well, but others have other responsibilities that keeps them away from being able to come on, and that's cool too. And then they can show up when they show up, and then like, so for instance, if we're documenting, like I created that new page, the committee, because then we can upload videos like this, and then people can watch it on their own time. You know, so it's like, I think as long as people can stay in tune with what's going on, when their schedule permits, then they're gonna show up. You know. So, and in the beginning, you know, we'll be the example. That's great. So, you know, we'll reach out to Evelyn. I think Evelyn wanted to do a live tomorrow. If not, we'll go, you know, we'll go live again and we'll talk some more. Are you going to be available tomorrow at any?
Yeah. What time are you looking? Right now it's 9 p.m. my time. What time are you looking to do our live for tomorrow?
What time works best for you? In the evening again?
It doesn't have to be really late though, like how it is today. Because today I was at work.
Okay. Let's go for maybe 7 p.m. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. your time.
7 p.m. my time will be 8 p.m. your time.
Yes. And then, you know, I'll message Evelyn, see if she wants to come in on it. And we can play it by ear. You know, we could talk again and continue to strategize, or, you know, like I have things, you know, we can play it by ear, I think, between me and you. And then for now, we'll see if Evelyn wants to come on tomorrow. Who else is available? We'll just send another message out, and whoever wants to show up will show up, and that'll be it. So.
And then tomorrow when Evelyn comes on, we can kind of like go back and forth and kind of ask her a few questions and see like what is her value, like what is she looking to put in or get out of, you know, being a part of this, and kind of get her perspective and kind of put her up there, and, you know, see what she has to say and stuff like that, and get to know a little bit more about her. And then also have it to where as if we like, say if she ended up being busy, because, you know, things happen or just anything, maybe me and you could brainstorm on an alternative to talk about.
Yeah. I think definitely, you know, whatever, we could figure it out, and it'll be pretty easy and smooth. From the little that we heard yesterday, it sounds like she's flexible.
That's good.
She's open to, you know, work the front scene, the back scene. You know, I'm excited overall because I know we got a great team. Like Annette is here, like, you know, Ellie.
And
like,
where's Annette located at, in Florida?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eli, where's he at?
California.
Awesome. And Evelyn is in, or that's Annette.
No, Annette is Massachusetts. Evelyn, I believe, is California as well.
Okay.
Mike, I think is in Kentucky. I'm not sure. I'd have to check.
Now, have you ever been over there to California or Massachusetts yet?
I have.
Awesome.
Plenty of times, yeah. I grew up in Rhode Island, so
Mm.
near Massachusetts, and I've been to California several times.
Okay,
I've met Ellie out there, met his family, and some other alumni as well. So,
that's awesome.
There's a bunch of us. You know, right now, like I'm just trying to go slow. Like I wanna create something that can last. You know, I think the best way is to go slow with things. And like right now, just me and you talking, for instance, is a great start. But we have a lot of other graduates that would love to be a part of this. You know, and I think in due time, once we build some momentum, they'll hop on and they'll participate. So I'm excited about where we
build it and they will come. Is that true? Build it and they will come. I'm building it. Let's see if they come.
where this can go.
I think within due time, especially with us taking our time, but in the process of taking our time, we're putting a lot of effort in to be able to come on daily. You know what I mean? And I think that is going to start drawing individuals, and we're not looking to just rush into something. You know,
Right.
we're trying to decide on different ideas. I personally think that the title that we have now, it should stay that, because it's a meaning and it's something that you had already forgave. And I feel like overall, like this is something that you would be the founder of because you created it. And I don't think we should get rid of the name. I personally don't think that.
You know, I'm not attached to names. You know, I want to be a flexible leader. You know, I think that we're all leaders, and I want to be flexible to what works the best for everyone. And I think that once we do the work, other names will present themselves. You know, like I have other ideas and visions that have names that don't include this. But I think that
what do you personally think about the name? Because I know that you created it off of Alumni, but are you open to a change with it? But I mean, like, I'm very flexible. Like, it's not going to bother me if it changed it.
So I think that Youth Build Alumni United should exist.
Okay.
You know, I don't think it has to be like what we're doing. You know, we can open up and do more without that name. Like, I think that you see how we created the committee, that page, the committee. Like, from the committee, we can do other work that's not connected with the Youth Build Alumni United.
Okay.
But I think that we should keep the Youth Build Alumni United, just because we can continue to work with alumni and other young people that have come in through there. But I think that by creating another, like the committee, for instance, the work that we do from here is going to have an impact that we can share with the Youth Build Alumni page, but I think will have its own reach.
Okay, that makes really good sense.
And again, like I'm not attached so much with name, but I am more with like the purpose of it. So I think I really care about Youth Build, and I really think that someone should be thinking about Youth Build, you know, outside of the people that are just in Youth Build. So, you know, I think
meaning like individuals that are alumni should think about Youth Build alumni, not just alumni staff that may be staff today but not staff tomorrow. So people that got more skin in the game, people that have gone through the program, people that are committed and dedicated to the program after being students, and people that have been students and then staff. People like that thinking about Youth Build alumni and current students, rather than just Youth Build staff, Youth Build USA staff, Youth Build staff that are here today and gone tomorrow.
think, and we can always create more than one organization. So we have this Youth Build Alumni United page, but like I said, I care about people in general, young people in general. So it could just be Youth United, and it could be both. You know, in the beginning here, I'm not so concerned about the name so much, so
Okay.
than the impact that we can have. And like I said, just this interview, like me and you talking right here, is a big enough impact because there's some people that are going to be willing to watch it, you know, so that they can get something out of it. And we do more of this, and then you know,
Value.
we have a bigger impact, and then we can cover all the topics that we know that the people that we want to serve want to hear. You know, like mental illness, we've talked about a lot of them tonight. Those are all important topics that I do want to personally address, so that people that are dealing with those things can find some sort of alleviation or solution to it. You know, and then
Like one of our discussions could be about we can do a talk about mental illness and how the different resources that are out there for individuals that they may not know about, like for mental illness.
and we can even have people that work in the field come and share about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like there's no limit to what we can do. And I know that to the degree that we're creative about it, then we'll have success. And being able to go live and have basic conversations like this will keep us creative. You know?
I think so too.
You know, when we have an audience that wants to engage and ask questions, it gives it a whole other level of fun to it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. I'm excited. It looks like it's about that time for us to end this.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Just message me tomorrow on Facebook or whatever if we happen to change the time and stuff like that. But as long as if we happen to change it, if we can just keep it in the evening time, that'll be great. It doesn't matter the time to me.
Okay.
If that time doesn't work for someone else, and then I'm going to be thinking of ideas because tomorrow the weekend I don't go into the office or anything, so I'm going to be kind of thinking of ideas, writing down, doing some writing and stuff tomorrow. So I'll probably send you out an email or some things I'll come up with and stuff like that, some ideas to share, and then we can meet tomorrow.
Okay. And how do you feel about that? Like being like a reporter, like having like the reporter's perspective on the whole movement that we're doing.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I think that's dope. That's a good angle because then that's one less thing I got to think about.
Louis
the more that
Peter Parker, Lewis Lane,
we can share the work,
Alexandra Blockton, Thompson.
the better. So cool, great. So then for now, I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So that was an All Ages Alliance production. It was an All Ages Alliance production. Thank you for being in attendance. Thank you for listening. And that's that. So till next time, I am JRX 36, and this was an All Ages Alliance production.